This is going to be an instructional video on the prong collar. It's also nicknamed the pinch collar, not because it pinches your dog, but you do have to pinch and squeeze just to get that collar on and off. So there's going to be a couple things I want to go through. When you're clipping the leash to this collar, you're going to always clip to the flat D-ring that swivels. So this is where that leash is going to be connected. One thing to always look for is to make sure that there's some smooth action in that collar. You want to make sure it's not tangled. If you put it on your dog, it's not going to activate correctly if it's tangled. So make sure that is untangled, getting that smooth action when it's ready to be on your dog. When getting the collar on and off, you always want to be unclipping from these points here, these links, but you always want to avoid these links on the end. Why? They're fixed to be a lot tougher, they're a little bit harder to get on and off. Also, over time, the pinching and squeezing just tends to wear down the metal. And eventually you'll have to replace links periodically, but we never get extras of these links. So it's kind of a pain. You're gonna have to go on Hermspringer's website, order, pay for shipping, and it can be quite a hassle. But you usually have extras of these other links here, so always take advantage of taking those on and off. So I also like to avoid the little flat distribution plate here. It's not impossible, but it can be a little bit more challenging to get that on and off. So the way I like to get this collar on and off is generally what I like to do is with one of my thumbs, I start pushing down on a link. And then at the top, I can actually use my index and my thumb to pinch and squeeze. So basically the action is gonna look like that, and then a pinch and squeeze. So we'll do that action together, pinch and squeeze, comes off, do the same action. It's just gonna be the opposite. So that left hand or right hand, whichever feels more comfortable, is gonna be going upward, and then you're gonna be pinching and squeezing with the opposite hand. So once again, we're gonna pinch and squeeze. Get some better leverage here. Ooh, this is a little tougher. All right. And then you always wanna make sure that it's on correctly. If you ever have the collar on like such, this is not good. This is not safe. You can lose your dog and it can come undone. So that's something where we do encourage safety clips, especially if you're not familiar with using this tool. Always make sure it's going on correctly, and talk to your trainer about some safety clips, and they can give you some resources for that. A couple of safety precautions. Your dog is safe to wear this tool anytime they're supervised. If they're just wandering around your home, you're doing some early training, it's a great opportunity to have that collar on. It just gives you leverage to communicate with your dog. But if your dog is going to be playing with other dogs where they do a lot of mouth-to-mouth stuff, you'll want to take that collar off. There's always a chance that a dog could get their teeth stuck in here, kind of have a little panic moment. We don't want that. So take that collar off during playtime. If they're gonna be alone in their crate, take it off. You're not there to supervise it, take it off. But generally for training in the home, training as you live, going on walks, great to have that collar on. It's power steering, great way to give some clear communication. But yeah, generally this is going to be a safe collar to have on your dog at all times. If you have a dog who's particularly sensitive, a short fur breed, you might want to give them a little bit more breaks, kind of have it for shorter periods of time, stick to more training sessions. But most of our dogs we send home with a train as you live mentality, so they're going to wear this tool anytime they're in the home with their owner there to supervise them. So again, if we're alone in the crate, best to take it off. If they're alone in the backyard, as long as there's nothing where they can get caught on, it's okay. But if you've got a lot of things in your yard where your dog might get caught, probably want to take it off in those moments. Playing with other doggies, that's a good moment to take it off. But other than that, that's pretty much it.